Alright, sorry. Herp. Herp de doo. Need to change the tags. Need to go to the bathroom too, because yeah, I was kind of running against the wire on this one. Running against the wire? I'm not sure that works. So, reading. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I actually start sending out the link, so I'll be right back. How do I look? Okay. So yes, let me just spread the link out. And we'll get started. Tumblr. Yes. How's everyone doing today? Everyone having a fine day? Shitty. Oh shit. Hmm. You know, I think that's good. Anyone else? Alright, so anyone else who wants to drop this by? And then I'll play some Witness after this. Alrighty. Yeah, so I was going like I made the thumbnail pretty close to when it was starting. So yeah, that was kind of stressful. But everything's fine now. Everything's fine. Yeah, so an hour seems good to me. And after that, I need to do some things for my class. And take some medication, and then I'll be back for the witness. Sound good? Good. Anyway. Let's see. Anyone else want to? Alright. Brady, off my mouse wire. Silly Diggy. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a good day so far. It's 12:09 p.m. where I am. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Well. Keep on thinking there's like one more person one more like thing I can send this to, and I can't remember what. All right. Yeah. I found one more thing. Okay. I'm gonna put the chat off to that side. I'm gonna push OBS off to that side. Let's begin. Well, continue technically because we didn't exactly, what's the word? We left off somewhere. We left off on chapter 5 and then we stopped. As you can see, there's a new layout. I've decided not to show you guys show you the fic. I'm just gonna show you the name, which is above my head right now. So if you want to look it up and read it with me, go ahead. All right. Author's note. Hello, friends. I apologize to people whose private messages I haven't been able to reply to, but things are awful busy here in Fort Parsons? Fort Parsons? Fort? All I'm getting is Parsons Christian Academy. Uh, what? It's Fort Irwin, or is that like, what is this? I don't know what is going on. And the thing is, like, when I was searching, like, Fort Parsons, one of the suggestions was Fort Parsons, Grace Ann, which is the woman's name. So, I mean, I guess, who cares? And a mommy's work is never done. Many thanks to those lovely friends who have asked about the little ones. It looks like the second sickie did not have pneumonia after all. And it was just the flu. It was a rough few days, but now all the little Parsonses are in tip-top shape. Oh, is that what they're... Fort Parsons, I'm guessing that's... It's just having the family be like a metaphor for... Metaphor? Anyway, so... Alright. Phew! Yeah. Harry Potter walked back to the table of redheads. It was only now that he noticed that they are all wearing black and green baseball caps with snakes on them. Tentatively, Harry sat down next to Ronald, who was not wearing a hat, since he, like Harry, was new. So, Harry began nervously, and he bit into a thick, juicy slice of perfectly fried bacon. What sorting hat do you think you will choose? You will chose. Oh, I will definitely choose Slytherin, declared confidently, and he began to eat his oatmeal with his hands? Can you do that? I've never really eaten oatmeal. Can you eat oatmeal with hands? I don't think that's a fucking whatever. Anyway, let's see. Where was I? Okay. My whole family is Slytherins. He gestured to the countless redheads sitting at the table, and they all turned to Harry, smiled and waved. You should become a Slytherin too. We could do it together. Harry uttered ponderously, and he took a bite of eggs. Why don't you tell me about what Slytherins believe? Sure, Ronald replied ecstatically, and he kept eating his oatmeal while shoveling it down his throat with his hands. Well, first of all, we believe in the Bible. That's wonderful. Harry reacted happily, and he took a sip of his orange juice. I do as well. Perhaps I could be a Slytherin after all. But wait, that's not all. Ron continued excitedly and washed his oatmeal down with milk. Gryffindor hats believe in the Bible too, but Slytherins have even more. We have a book full of garlands on how to be a good person, and a whole panel of Slytherin hats to tell us what to do. Harry furrowed his innocent, childish brow, and he took another bite of oatmeal, and he questioned confusedly. Why do you all need that? Wait. Sorry. Why do you need all that if you have the Bible? Ronald guffawed, and he shoveled more oatmeal into his mouth. And he replied, "Why only have the Bible when you can have more? Why that'd be like only praying to God." Harry gasped in horror as he bit into more bacon. Of course I only pray to God. Who else would I pray for? What about Mary? Ronald posited, posited angrily and around mouthful of oatmeal. These guys are just like angrily yelling at each other with like food in their mouths. About religion too, of all things. Let's see. You have to at least worship to her. You mean the mommy of our mommy? You mean the mommy of our Lord? Harry demanded in scandal, and he chewed his bacon. I don't worship her? It's a question mark. It was a question. Well, then God hates you, Ron stated simply, and pieces of bacon flew out of his mouth as he did so. Harry was tentative, since he was new to this whole Christianity thing, but he did not think God would hate him for not worshipping his mommy. On the contrary, he had a hunch that God wanted people to only worship him. I just saw like the viewer number just go from 0 to 1. I'm like, oh cool, someone's here, and I guess they might have heard me talking about religion. And we're like, oh fuck no. Yeah, like isn't this whole thing wrong? Didn't God bang Mary and then Mary gave birth to Jesus? I guess. Don't listen to him, commented a drowsy voice self-righteously from behind Harry. Harry turned around and he saw a girl about his age. Her pale yellow hair was tied in the braids, and she wore a tie-dye shirt and faded jeans and flowers in her hair. Peace signs and donkey patches were sewn all over her clothes. Peace. You should not become a Slytherin hat, the girl continued confidently, and she was eating what looks like it was supposed to be bacon, but it did not smell or taste like bacon because he was tasting it. It missed that smoky, meaty taste that that bacon is supposed to have. True bacon. Instead, it tasted like vegetables blended together and dyed red. Yuck! Harry would take real bacon over that any day of the week. They are far too strict. Harry skeptically. He was not sure about this whole Slytherin business, but the word strict was not what came to mind. You should become a Hufflepuff hat, the girl instructed arrogantly and continued to nibble at her breakfast. That's what I'm going to do. What do Hufflepuff hats believe in? Harry pondered aloud, and he took a bite of his real bacon. Oh, how he wanted to find the true hat. This is the only true hat here. Hufflepuff hats believe in the Bible, but only some of it. Luna explained casually. She was still feeding on that stuff. We don't believe in this stuff against fornication, drinking, and socialism, but we really like Matthew 7:1. I'll look that up. And well, let me just finish this paragraph. And that's about it. We're really fun, and we seem really nice, and we're really tolerant as long as you agree with us. Let's see here. Matthew 7:1. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Fucking believe in that shit, bro. I mean, I do. Shut up. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Oh, did I say short? Did I say they don't believe in stuff against fornication, drinking, and socialism? Well, anyway, yeah, that's a Hufflepuff, apparently. Socialist. That was when a derisive laugh echoed through the cafeteria. A smug-looking young man about Harry's age, with slicked back hair, even paler blonde than Luna's, and wearing a sweater vest and khakis, strolled languidly down between the rows of tables. Please ignore this fool, Draco drawled smugly. Luna here thinks she can have a career even though she's a woman, and women are stupid. Alright, another tip for you guys in writing. If you want, well, something I do. I guess you guys don't need to do it, but it does seem kind of stupid not to do it. Until a person reveals their name or someone else reveals their name, never say that person's name until their name is said. You know. So like instead of saying Draco drawled smugly, it's like the boy drawled smugly. Harry gaped at this horrible person. What a mean thing to say! Women should not have careers because women are stupid, Harry shouted indignantly. Women are not stupid at all. Women should not have careers because women are nurturing and loving and women shouldn't not have careers because women are stupid. Is that what he said? Okay. And loving and their gifts serve them best in the home. Jacob gasped senselessly. You are diluting the truth. Women are beneath men. No, I'm not. Harry fired back bravely. Should I spat over the screen again? What's wrong with me? You guys can hear me, right? Yeah? Let me just check to make sure. Yep. We're good. What was I doing? Right, I was reading. You're twisting truth so you can be mean with it. Women are not beneath men. Men and women are just different. Luna smiled ungratefully. Jacob, yeah, smiled ungratefully, even though she wanted a job, and he was saying, yeah, they should just get pregnant and have kids and take care of them. Because that's the God's way. Oh, man. Jacob's clearly fumbling for ground here. There is not much ground to stand on when you are being hateful. But he finally came up with, well, at least I don't eat with Slytherin hats. I hate Slytherins, even. Isn't Draco Slytherin? He's Slytherin, isn't he? Ron began to cry into his oatmeal. My tears in my oatmeal make it salty. I don't hate Slytherin hats, Harry declared boldly. I think they should become Gryffindor hats, but that's because I loved him. Besides, the Lord ate with sinners all the time. Thank you, Harry, Ronald whispered tearfully. Well, you should just become a Ravenclaw hat like me, Draco sputtered blusteringly. We really are the best hat. I think you mean we really are the most hateful hat. Damn. Good job, Harry. Harry corrected cleverly, cleverly, and he jumped up onto the table, and he got down on his knees, and he raised his hands to the ceiling of the great hall, and he bellowed, Dear Lord, I have made my decision. I am a Gryffindor hat. Author's note. Blessings. Anyway, that's the end of that chapter. Chapter 7. Wheat and Chaff. Author's note. Oh wow, this is a long author's note. Alright. Sorry. Hello, friends. Phew. This chapter took longer to write than I thought it would. There is so much to be done here at Fort Parsons. Some days I don't think I'll ever get caught up. But now that the little ones are sound asleep, I'm finally getting around to putting the finishing touches on this little chapter. I apologize for the delay. Now, there have been quite a few questions and comments coming in, and I thought I should take time to address a few, since I don't have time to reply individually. First of all, to all the mommies who have expressed their appreciation of this little story of mine, thank you. Your support keeps me writing. Remember, though the glory is not mine, it is the work of a greater cause. And the people who call me names, a Bible-believing Christian is like a big ugly monster who lives under a bridge, and wanting everyone to do the right thing and go to heaven makes one a so-called bigot? Well, that's this modern world for you. And finally, to the people who say that I am spreading hate, take a look at some of the comments posted here, saying that I'm a terrible writer and a terrible mother whose children will hate her one day. Who is it who's spreading hate here? Because I don't think it's me. And that's the end of the author's note. The great hall burst into applause as a red and yellow baseball cap with a lion embroidered on the front appeared on Harry's head. He hopped deftly off the table and landed on his little feet. He could feel the love of the Lord surging through him, and he knew he had made the right decision. He was even more sure of his decision when Hermione dashed across the cafeteria to give him a big spontaneous hug. She too was sporting a red and yellow baseball cap, although her cap had a kitten on it instead of a lion because, she's a woman. Obviously. I am so happy, Harry. She cried gladly, delicate tears streaming down her face. When I saw you eating with that baby, I was so scared I thought you might become a Slytherin. Never worry about that, Harry declared boldly and bravely. I am a Gryffindor, now and forever. Well chosen, Dumbledore declared approvingly as he took long, energetic strides across the crowded, noisy room. Welcome to the Gryffindor hat, Harry. Welcome to the hat, Harry. Welcome to the hat, Harry. Harry beamed happily. Truly, he had been blessed. As he sat down to finish his breakfast, and he was still glowing from joy, he sat back next to Ronald. Will you still be my friend, even though you are a different hat? Ronald asked timidly. Of course! Ronald. Harry declared generously, and he began to eat his eggs. He had expected his eggs to be cold by now, with all the with all the hullabaloo, but lo and behold, they were still piping hot. He would not pretend that what Ronald believed about worshipping the dead. He would not pretend that what Ronald believed about worshipping the dead. Never mind. But he could still offer the young boy friendship in the spirit of Matthew 2:16-17. Matthew 2:16. Oh, wait, 2:16-17. Let's look. All right. Okay, 16. Okay, this is Matthew 2:16-17. When Harold realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. Okay. Sure. Okay, so yeah, Matthew. Okay. Thank you, Harry. Ron uttered happily. He may have been sporting a green and black hat with a snake on it, which testified to his Slytherin beliefs, but he could recognize Harry's pure-hearted godliness, generosity, humility, and innocent goodness. He looked around at his siblings, all of them wearing hats identical to his, and he wondered why none of them were like that. Attention, students, Reverend Dumbledore announced authoritatively as he hopped onto the stage, and he held the microphone by his mouth. Congratulations on picking your hats, he continued kindly. I am sure you have all chosen wisely. Harry hummed to himself. He knew that the Reverend meant well, but was it really doing the members of the other hats much good to tell them that everything was the same when it wasn't? Wouldn't they all be happier if they knew to read the Bible and take it seriously? Dumbledore thought he was making everyone happy, and perhaps he was in the short run, but in the long run, Harry worried that he was doing more harm than good, because Harry knows more than a reverend. Harry did not say anything, because he was new to the flock and didn't feel confident in his connection with the Lord. Sometimes it takes newcomers to point out the flaws we don't see in our own communities. Reverend clapped his hands against each other once, and then he spoke enthusiastically. Now, you will be sharing most of your classes with other members of your hat, so it would be good for you to get to know them now. Ravenclaw hats, please gather around Mr. Moody. Hufflepuff hats, please gather around Mr. Sprout. Slytherin hats, please gather around Mr. Finnegan. And Gryffindor hats, please gather around Mr. Snape. Is Snape Gryffindor? I thought he was Slytherin. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, if you haven't noticed. Now, at the beginning of the breakfast meal, Harry had noticed a tall, mysterious-looking man with long dark hair and gaunt, enigmatic features. He was dressed stylish in a crisp black suit, and his tie made a shock of red in the otherwise totally black outfit. Totally black. The dark hair on his pale chest. Okay, let me get this straight. Snape is wearing a suit. Snape is wearing a suit, just like a regular suit and tie. The tie's red. That's fine. But he can see the hair on his chest somehow. Maybe like open up a little. It's like, yeah. The dark hair on his pale chest was neatly trimmed, but still noticeably thick. Sorry, I spat on the screen again. I'm a disgusting person. And he wore elegant black leather shoes on both of his feet. It was now that he noticed that on the table that this man was sitting at was a placard that said on it, "Mr. Snape." Harry followed the other brave young children wearing Gryffindor hats. Author's note: blessings. That's the end of the chapter. Oh, apparently I got. Oh, apparently did I get? I think I might have gotten that verse wrong, because here it says, "And when the scribes and Pharisees saw him eat with publicans and sinners, they said unto his disciples, How is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? When Jesus heard this, he saith unto them, They that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Sorry. All right, it's chapter 8. Refreshing honesty? It's a question. Author's note. Hello, friends. Things have finally calmed down here a bit here at Fort Parsons, and I'm so excited to share with you all another new chapter. One thing I would like to talk about, though, many people have been calling me a misogynist. That means woman hater. Friends, I do not hate women. I am a woman. Now, what is it I have done to have people call me this? Well, apparently it is saying that women are loving and nurturing good. Right. Right. Sorry, the dashes fucked me up. Right now, right. How hateful. I'm just a big old mean bigot, huh? Wait, wrong! Wait, dash wrong. That is not a bigoted thing to say at all. Also, for those of you guys who are here, which according to my view counter, 0. I see you, that 0 person. I'm reading Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles, as you can see in the upper right corner. Hold on, let me just look at them. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so. Now, is it certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women? Wait. Now, it is certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women, and that is terrible. And there are some people out there who think all women are stupid or less than men. Friends, this is not what I believe at all. I believe that women have special gifts that are no less than man. In fact, I think that if womanly virtues were respected more, the world would be a much better place to live. And any of the so-called Christians who hate women and think women are stupid and worth less than men and that God doesn't respect us, well, they will all get a very serious talking to from a certain housewife. Winky smiley face. Now, does that sound misogynistic to you? Harry Potter walked nervously over to the table of Mr. Snape. The other little ones wearing red and yellow hats did the same. Mr. Snape silently stood up and he motioned with his head for the boys and girls to follow him, and he sauntered out of the great hall. He led them into a small classroom with a few desks in it. He silently motioned for the little ones to sit down at the desk. They did. He fanfiction PogChamp. What's a PogChamp? I'm sorry, I don't. Fanfiction, yes. Fanfiction PogChamp. Okay, first of all, welcome on Grind to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you for coming. I'm reading, as you can see above my head, I am reading, it is above my head, right? Yeah, it's above my head. I'm reading Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracle. It's a fan fiction where, it's Twitch emote. Here, just give me a moment, I'll look it up. PogChamp. PogChamp? It's that guy. It's that guy. It's that guy. I like that face. That's a good face. Fan fiction. Yeah, well, thank you for being here. Yeah. So this basically someone decided to take the Harry Potter books and turn them into Christian. They don't use magic because that's witchcraft. They use, sorry, they use prayer. They use prayer. Okay. So if you want to teleport, you gotta pray. You want dinner on the table, you gotta pray. It will just into existence. If you want to read along for me, just look it up. It's a well-known fanfic. So anyway, where was I? He stood up He stood up at the blackboard in front of them. "Welcome to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles," greeted the older but still handsome, in a dignified, rugged way amicably. Wait, what? Greeted the older but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way amicably. Who cares? There's things wrong with that sentence. By the way, so you know, one grind. I am a English major. The little ones all sat in respectful attention. "So, you have all chosen the Gryffindor hat?" Mr. Snape queried, and he raised his eyebrow. "Yes, Mr. Snape," chorused all the students together. It's my cat. I'll show you my cat. There's my cat. You see my cat? That's my cat. How you doing, kitty? He's always tired. He's old. He's an old cat. Sorry, didn't mean to stray. So how you doing, one champ? One champ. I am extremely sorry. One grind. How you doing? I'll be doing the witness at some point soon too. So yeah, stick around for that. Okay, so where was I? The chorus, all the students together. "Well, Mr. Snape," and he drew his tall, strapping form up to its full, impressive height. "I would like to say that your choosing will make you happy, or that your lives will be easy, but I will not lie. There are dark forces in the world, and they do not like Christians. And when I say Christians, I mean Gryffindor hats. They love the Hufflepuff hats, because the Hufflepuff hats believe everything these people say and slap the label Christian onto that philosophy. And so the Hufflepuff hats make it easier. The Ravenclaw hats, these people claim not to like, but then they pretend that the Ravenclaw hats extremism applies to all Christians. So the Ravenclaw hats help them. I don't remember them being this evil in anything ever. Not even the Slytherin were this hateful. Let's see. Where was I? Alright, so yeah. Yeah, okay. Harry frowned confusedly. After the Reverend's acceptance of all hats, he wondered why Mr. Snape was addressing things so directly. He found Mr. Snape's honesty refreshing. But he also wondered was the honesty also combined with the hate for others that he had seen in Draco's hat? He thought the other hats were wrong, but he did not want Mr. Snape to hate them for being wrong. He wanted to help them. And then, of course, is the Slytherin hats. The Slytherin hats will tell you we are all on the same side because they agree with Gryffindor hats on some things. But do not be fooled! Their leader is working with Voldemort! A shocked, horrified gasp echoed throughout the classroom. Harry slapped his hand over his mouth in an attempt to contain his horror, but he was still shocked. His new friend not only worshipped a goddess, but he was also but he was also now in cahoots with Voldemort. Little ones all gasped again. this author just uses like hullabaloo, cahoots, dag nabbit. The little ones all gasped again. This time they were even more horrified. From the back of the room, a clean-cut, respectably dressed young boy raised his hand. "But what about the Constitution?" Dean Thomas questioned articulately. "Doesn't he care about the First Amendment?" Mr. Snape shook his head sadly. "I'm afraid not. And Voldemort is working through him and using them all. Before long, all our freedoms will be gone." Dean Thomas raised his hand again and queried quietly, "But why does Voldemort hate Christians so much?" "No one knows," Mr. Snape responded tentatively. "However, he's on the move, and he's gaining power. And we Gryffindor hats may be the only ones capable of stopping him." Harry was nervous, but he clenched his fist determinedly? Whatever. He was scared, but he was ready to face this evil. Author's note. Blessings. So, yeah. Is it Easter? Yeah, happy Easter? I mean, isn't that, I know that's like Sunday, isn't it? Anyway, that was the end of chapter 8. We're now starting chapter 9. Chapter 9 is A Letter at Dinner. Well, it's more, A Letter at Dinner! It's got an exclamation point. Author's note. Hello, friends! I apologize for how long it took to get this chapter out, but I have good news! Starting tonight, I'll be taking a beginning writers course at the local community college. Through all the hate from evolutionists, feminists, and Romanists, there has been some legitimate criticism of my writing skills. My mother did her best, and she certainly did teach me a lot, but grammar was not her area of expertise. It's taken some convincing. The hubby wasn't sure I'd have time to get everything done if I start taking this class. But I've written up a schedule, and I think we can make it work. Smiley face. 1 week into the school year, Harry was gradually starting to get used to the everyday routines at Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. There was breakfast in the Great Hall every morning, and then there was a prayer session led by the Reverend. The Slytherins went off to have their own prayer sessions in their own way, and the Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws prayed with the Gryffindors, but the Hufflepuffs complained about the Reverend quoting the Bible, and the Ravenclaws complained that the Reverend didn't seem to really hate sinners. He just hated sin. After the prayer session, the little ones all went to their classes. There were regular math and English classes, of course, although they were of higher caliber than one would find in a public school, and then there were Bible studies and Christian history. After that was lunch in the Great Hall. After lunch were more classes about American history and constitutional law and missionary training. After these classes was dinner in the Great Hall, after which the students had free time. It was just such a dinner that Harry was eating now. It was just such a dinner that Harry was eating now. He was sitting with his new friends, Hermione, Ronald, and Dean Thomas. This food certainly is delicious, Harry observed gratefully, and he was savoring a bite of perfectly roasted chicken. It really is, Dean Thomas concurred intelligently. He was dressed quite respectably today, and he was wearing a button-up shirt and clean blue jeans, and his hair was neatly combed. Hermione nodded in agreement, and the yellow bow she had tied her... Wait, okay, sorry. The yellow bow she had tied her hair back with... Okay, and the yellow bow she had tied her hair back with bounced up and down. Ronald grinned widely, but remained silent as he shoved another handful of deep-fried Brussels sprouts into his mouth. Harry ate breakfast and lunch with his family, but he was eating more and more dinner with these Gryffindor friends of his. It never ceased to amaze him just how nice they were to him. Yes, convert him over. Yes, good, convert him. Sorry. Okay. Where was I? Next to him, even though he wore a different hat. A little unconditional friendship can really go a long way in a person's heart. Isn't that the true lesson, children? It was then that a bunch of beautiful people with wings wearing glowing white robes swooped in through the great hall's huge windows. Yellow halos hovered over their heads, and they wore brown leather satchels around their shoulders. Their shoulders. God damn. Sorry, that was me. That was all me. That was my fault. They gracefully reached into their satchels and gloriously flung envelopes down to the children below. The mail's here, Dean Thomas observed accurately, and he shielded his eyes with his hands as he gazed up in wonder. Harry propped his chin up on his hand and dreamily watched these magnificent postmen distribute their wares. He did so love to look at angels. Is he becoming gay? Becoming gay, kid? Gay, kid? No, that's not Christian. He was surprised when the letter fluttered down to him and it landed lightly on the table in front of him. He had never gotten a letter before. He smiled innocently at the angel who had delivered it, and the angel waved back. Would you look at that, Dean Thomas uttered fluently. You got a letter, Harry. Thanks, Sherlock. Fucking piece of shit. With excited hands, Harry broke the seal and took out the parchment that was inside the envelope. He laid it out on the table and saw the familiar slanting, tidy handwriting. Dear Harry, how are you enjoying your first week at Hogwarts? I hope you're enjoying it a lot. How about you come over for tea this evening after dinner and you can tell me all about it? Hagrid. Harry smiled and he folded the letter and put it back in the envelope. Good old Hagrid. What does it say, Harry? Hermione questioned shyly, and she played with one of her smooth, lovely curls. Hagrid wants me to come over for tea, Harry reported excitedly. Would you all like to join me? I'd love to. Hermione replied sweetly. That sounds like fun, Dean Thomas responded eloquently. Could I come? Ron asked tentatively, after he saw his Brussels sprouts. Harry, Hermione, and Dean Thomas exchanged a knowing look, and then Harry answered kindly, "Of course you can." Ronald smiled gratefully before going back to his Brussels sprouts. Is he just eating Brussels sprouts for dinner? Is that it? Is that it? All these Brussels sprouts. When dinner finished, Harry got to his feet and then declared boldly, "Let's go!" Author's notes. Blessings. Alright. Chapter 10. Dangerous days are here. Sorry. Oh, fuck me. Don't fuck me. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go you. I did. Ain't that great? Ain't that just something? Wow. Wow. I'm getting high. Author's note. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Did I already say that? Chapter 10. Dangerous days are here. Author's note. Hello, friends. Sorry this chapter took so long to post, but the instructor of my new writing class was kind enough to proofread it. I didn't take all of the suggestions, but I liked most of them, and I hope the wait was worth it. Oh, another thing. A few good-intentioned but misguided readers have expressed concern about my asking my husband's permission to take a class. Friends, it is not long ago that I would have thought the same thing. Culture told me that wifely submission was demeaning, and I believed it. All I say is this: read "Created to Be" is Help Meet by Debbie Pearl. Life and Marriage Changer. Life and Marriage Changer. Is this an actual thing? Is this an actual thing? It is an actual thing. It's an actual thing. This is real. Let me read the description of it. There's so much writing here. Women have lost their way. This book is written to lead them back home. Regardless of how you began your marriage or how dark the lonely path. Serious. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, yeah, so the reviews aren't all that great. Okay, there's like there's one 5-star. Oh no, it's 2 5-star reviews. And then 2 1-star review. Yeah, so yeah, Debbie Pearl, okay, so oh wow, she's a co-author to the book Train Up Children. What is that about? Train Up Children, let me see that. What is okay? The book advises parents to use objects like a 1/4-inch plumbing tube to spank children and break their will. It also mentions withholding food and putting children under a cold garden. The fuck are wrong with these people? Holy shit! That's child abuse. It's really bad. It's very bad. In fact, it's horrible. I'd go so far as to call it criminal. Anyway, yeah, so stupid book. Anyway, Hagrid lived in a lovely little house on the edge of the Hogwarts campus. This will be the last chapter that we read. The little ones arrived right on time, and the delicious smell of tea and cookies was wafting outside. Smiling anticipation, they knocked on the door. Hagrid opened the door and beamed down at them. "Welcome, Harry. I'm so glad. I am so glad you could come. And you brought friends." "Indeed I did," Harry said, and gestured to the upstanding young fellow to his left. "This is Dean Thomas, a Gryffindor hat." "Pleased to meet you," Dean Thomas said intelligently. Hagrid smiled at the little one, impressed. "This is Hermione, another Gryffindor hat," Harry said, motioning toward the girl to his right. Hermione smiled shyly and waved. Charmed, Hagrid waved back. Charmed. And this is Ronald, Harry said. Ronald looked up sheepishly where he stood behind the trio. He could sense that Hagrid was truly a man of the Lord, in a way that no one in his family, or perhaps the entire Southern Hat, was. To be in the presence of such of such piety, is it piety or piety? Yeah. Piety was humbling for a little one such as this. Hagrid noticed the green and black hat, but didn't comment. Instead, with true mercy and compassion, he opened the door wide to all of them. Glad to meet all of you. Please, come on in. The four little ones filed in. The inside of Hagrid's house was tastefully decorated. The curtains were plaid, the walls were wood, and a bare rug covered the floor in front of the fireplace. Mounted above the mantelpiece, in a place of pride for all to see, was a moose's head. The oaken table in the center of the kitchen was set for 5, and the kettle on the stove was just starting to sing. This is a nice place you have, Harry commented. It really is, Dean Thomas said intelligently. Hagrid grinned with pride. Thank you. I live by John 15:19, of course, but I do try to keep tidy. Hold on. John 15:19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you? Not sure that's the right one. Is that the right one? No, yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Harry, T. Thomas, and Hermione nodded knowingly. In a few minutes, they were all seated at the table, while Hagrid passed out his famous chocolate chip cookies. They munched on delicious morsels as Hagrid poured the tea. "How's school going?" Hagrid asked. "Quite well," Harry replied. Just then, the timer buzzed. "More cookies!" I scraped my cat. The little ones cried in delight as Hagrid got up to get them. While Hagrid was getting the cookies, Harry's eyes fell on the newspaper Hagrid had left open. The headline on the front page read, "Voldemort spotted at Hogwarts?" "Would you look at that?" Dean Thomas murmured observantly, picking up the paper and scanning it. As he read, he whispered the article's terrible words. "Voldemort was spotted by several students yesterday at Hogwarts School of Prayer of Miracles." This is the man who is trying to put a bill through Congress to stop Christians from practicing their beliefs. If passed, homeschooling will be illegal. Christians will be put in jail, maybe even killed, unless they say the Bible says what Voldemort wants it to say. Saying Merry Christmas or hanging up the Thingamans will put you in a re-education program. When Dean Thomas finished, Hermione burst into tears. Harry gave her hair a innocent, friendly pat. "How can anyone be so angry at God?" Hermione sobbed. "I don't know," Harry declared tentatively. "He's a horrible person." Dean Thomas nodded sagely and muttered to himself in disgust. "First they tried to change the Pledge of Allegiance. Now they want us to be Now they don't want us to be Christians. Next they'll be killing us all. It's a bad time to be a true Christian in America." Ronald sat in guilty silence as he watched his new friends fearing for the future. He was beginning to wonder what just sort of hat it was that he had chosen. Yeah, so that is the end of chapter 10. Alright. Sorry. So yeah, there's 4 more chapters after this one. So yeah, we'll probably finish it next time and get started on a new one. I don't know what I have in mind for the next one, but we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Those of you who are even in the chat, doubt it. For watching this, stick around. Give me about I don't know. Give me 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes to do what I need to do before I get before I start up the witness. Okay? Cool. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit.